Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to the Muslims watching and welcome to the non-Muslims that are watching. Okay, today I want to talk about what's like growing up as a teen in the West, whether it be England, America, Europe, wherever, yeah, and the struggles you might have. I'm speaking as a convert, revert, whatever you want to call it, to Islam, someone who grew up as a non-Muslim and became Muslim after quite a long experience of life. Yeah. Anyway, basically, what happens with most Muslims is they grow up in a mixture of whatever culture their parents are from. Yeah, because most of their parents came here and settled down here. So they're dealing with some cultural aspects of their parents' lives from back home, whichever country that is, and they're dealing with growing up in the West, secular West. Now, one of the good things is that Muslim parents, alhamdulillah, most of the time, both the mother and father are both still around, and yeah, I'll give salams to everyone who comes in. Um, Inshallah, any questions or any statements at the end, I'll answer. But basically, um, yeah, their parents generally are gonna basically they're gonna raise them with a mixture of culture from where they're from, and also what's a good thing is that whether it's from Islam or whether it's from their culture, most of the time it's a mixture of two. They will try to shelter them from certain things. Yeah. So, for example, alcohol, boyfriend and girlfriends, obviously drugs, and a lot of other things. Sometimes it's from the religion, and sometimes it's just from their culture, from where they're from. But the thing is this: a lot of parents don't sit down and actually teach their kids why Islam is the truth. They raise them, yeah, they do Jummah because it's part of their culture, also part of their religion, but it's mixed in with their culture. Um, they go fast, they fast during Ramadan and so forth, but they try and shut them for certain things, and that's a good thing. Now, when you're a teen growing up in the West, yeah, because you were brought up in this conservative family, you know, and you're kept away from a lot of things. Like sometimes the child can feel like, because they're going, most of the time the Muslim children are going to school with non-Muslim kids, you know, obviously nurseries, normal school, secondary school, then college, most probably. Now they can feel, because they grow up in this family where there's no alcohol, there's no substances generally, maybe father smokes or not, yeah, but generally drink is not allowed, obviously. Boyfriend and girlfriends, it's not allowed, it's forbidden. If mother or father see you with someone of the opposite gender, there's problems. So, and this conservative family raising your kid in this country, it's not all bad. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, but what happens to a child, especially when you grow up as a Muslim child in the West with everything, you know, whether it's the adverts you see, whether it's what's on TV, whether it's your friend's phone you look at when you're at school, the adverts on the buses, the adverts everywhere. You may feel that a lot of Muslim youth feel they're missing out. They feel like all these other kids, even the way they see Muslim girls, see non-Muslim girls dressed at school, their skirts all the way up to the top and so forth, and obviously they wear like either hijab or really long skirts and this, that, and the other, and so forth. Then girls are wearing like makeup. They're talking, especially when you start reaching like secondary school and college. You know, a lot of children, Muslim kids, feel like they're missing out on something. some of it is the parents' fault because a lot of parents don't sit down and teach their kids, why Islam is the truth. They raise them, maybe send them madrasa. Yeah, that's another thing I didn't mention. Like, just culturally, generally, Muslim parents will send themselves to madrasa where you memorize Quran and this, that, and the other stuff. But they don't, like, they memorize it and it has some effect, obviously, because it's the book of Allah, memorize it. But they're not always explaining what the verses mean as kids. So they're memorizing, but they don't always know exactly what it means. And a lot of parents don't actually sit their kids down and explain to them why Islam's the truth. Because there's many religions out there. There's many different walks of life, spiritualist people, secularist people, atheist people. So a lot of parents don't actually sit down and give their kids and explain, okay, there's many other religions, but this is why Islam is the truth. There's many other way of walks of life, but this is why Islam is the truth, And I'm going to do a set of talks on the 3 categories of Tawheed, like for parents and stuff, to explain to your kid. How do you explain to your kid, that Islam is the truth? Because if it's just another nice religion, then what's the point of following it? I can take what I want, leave what I want, be spiritual and just have a kind heart, whatever that means. But the point is that why I'm making this talk is that the kids grow up feeling that they're missing out. They're going to school, they may be dressed differently, they may be dressed differently, or they're not really listening to music in general at home. Well, they're listening to music and stuff, but not the type of music their friends are listening to at school, But the point is this, that they're banned from generally some certain kinds of music, so forth. They might have to dress a certain way. They don't have boyfriend, they don't have girlfriends or boyfriends, they don't smoke and drink and so forth. So when they reach teenage years, they feel like a lot of them, unless their parents are mashallah, practicing, educated, sit down, talk to them about, why we can't do this and why we can't do this or that. Unless their parents are practicing and clued up, most of them are just like, they haven't sat down and taught them about Islam's haq, taught them Aqidah, taught them Tawheed, taught them, giving them other role models like the companions, the prophets, the companions, the rest of the Salaf and so forth. But the point is, when they reach secondary school, I say secondary school and college, especially the last years of secondary school and stuff like that, they start seeing people having relationships, people start smoking, people start drinking, girls start putting makeup on, boys start like chatting up girls, smoking weed, also gangs and stuff like that. So the kid feels that, and shaitan, this is when shaitan comes to them. So the first point is, one is us as parents, the main thing is that, alhamdulillah, you send them a madrasa and you try to shelter them from certain things and this, that, and so forth. But there needs to be teaching going on. You need to explain what the 3 categories of Tawheed, what Aqidah is, why Islam is the haq. Not why Islam is a nice religion that has some things that are good for your, it's good to fast because it's good for your diet and it's just good for you to remind you to be what it's like to be the poor. You got to explain why Islam is the haq, the only way acceptable to Allah, why it's the best religion out there, the best way of life there, better than atheism, better than secularism, better than following the rappers, better than following the actors and so forth. And I want to make a set of these videos for parents, inshallah. But the point is that, I say alhamdulillah that I wasn't born into a Muslim family. I say alhamdulillah because I wasn't born into a Muslim family, because I'm glad that I reverted to Islam rather than being born into a Muslim family. And the reason why I say this is that I believe that I would have took it for granted, and if I had parents that were cultural Muslims, I may not have practiced, but I will explain that after. But I'm saying generally the vast majority of Muslim youth are growing up in a family that's conservative, which is good, and a family that is keeping them away from a lot of things their other friends are doing, which is good, but there's not a lot of explanation behind it. So they're not doing it because they don't want to get in trouble with their parents, and maybe they think there's some reason behind it, but they don't know. So when they reach the teenage years, that's when shaitan comes. So the thing is this year is, now this is not pre-recorded, but whenever I do a video, guys, it will be live. But what I'll do, I'm gonna say my piece. You can put your questions or whatever, and at the end, I'll come to it. Yeah, and answer and answer the questions and read out your questions and tell you if I agree or disagree. You can leave your statements or comments. But the point is this: they get to the stage where they're teenage years and shaitan comes to them. Yeah, when they're either going secondary school with other non-Muslim kids, or they're at college, the end of secondary school, or they're, the starting of college. Obviously, when they first go to secondary school, it's a world-changing thing, because when you're in the first school, your conscience is kind of there, you know what's going on and stuff, but you're still very, innocent and so forth. But when you obviously hit secondary school, your eyes start to open up. And the point is this: when they reach that stage now, shaitan comes to them. And this is why I'm saying that I'm so happy that I wasn't born into a Muslim family and that I reverted, because shaitan comes to them and says, boy, you're missing out. You don't know what these certain tunes sound like. You don't know what it's like to smoke a spliff. You don't know what it's like, to be with a girl, to be with a boy. You don't know what it's like to, I say go clubbing. You don't know what it's like raving. You don't know what it's like to take off your hijab and get attention from guys. You don't know what it's like to smoke cigarettes, smoke weed. And the problem is, yeah, there's very few kids that their parents brought them up, were practicing parents, yeah, who explained to them, taught them Tawheed, taught them Akida, gave them growing up, biographies or alternatives of the prophets, the companions, and the rest of the Salaf, and explain to them about Islam's haq. Most of the time, what it is you grow up in a cultural Muslim family where you're sent to madrasa because it's part of your culture. Yeah, they weren't really told what they're memorizing. So alhamdulillah, they're memorizing, but they don't really know what it means. No, you do Jummah because it's part of the culture and part of the religion mixed in with your culture. You do Ramadan because it's part of your religion, but it's also part of your culture. But as for actually sitting your kids down and saying, these are the three categories of Tawheed. Okay, why is Islam the truth and why is Islam the truth and not Hinduism? Or why is Islam the truth, yeah, and not spiritualism? What are the three categories of Tawheed? All religions tell people to give charity and help the poor and help the disadvantaged and be nice to the old and the weak and this, that, and the other. Why is it I have to follow Islam? Why is Islam just another nice religion? Or is it that haqq? Is it the truth? Is it the only way acceptable to Allah? So what happens, they grow up in a cultural Islam, a little bit of culture, a little bit of thing. So you're sent madrasa, you come home to Bollywood, Nollywood or Hollywood. Yeah? So you learn something, you memorize a lot of stuff in madrasa, but maybe you weren't taught what it's about. Whether it's about Jannah, whether it's about Jahannam, whether it's about Judgment Day, whether it's about prophets, whether it's about the angels, then you come back to something that contradicts it. Men and women dancing and this, that, and whatever culture you're coming from. It's either Hollywood, Nollywood, an African version of Hollywood, yeah, or Bollywood. But it's all, so you've got Jummah in there, you've got cultural movies in there and this, that, and the other. So when they get to teenage years now, and they're meeting girls that are putting up makeup, girls that are wearing their skirts up to their thighs as small as a belt, in the freezing cold and getting attention of guys and stuff like that. Guys, going into school and they're seeing certain people, like smoking spliffs, acting cool, smoking cigarette, acting cool, chatting to girls, putting his arm around girls, taking numbers and all this kind of stuff. Shaitan comes to them and says, boy, you don't know how much you're missing out. And the problem is, except for a few people whose parents are people who seek knowledge, seek and teach their kids, yeah, and they explain to them, sit down and explain to them, or they put students like people on for them to take knowledge from, that they can relate to, that they can understand, that they can have these doubts dispelled and so forth, yeah. that child really a lot, except for a few that are parents are educated and stuff and raise them, yeah, on deen, yeah, and they know with yakin that because Allah says, that there's no benefit in this or doing a haram, and you're not gonna have a happy life, and they actually believe it, not just because daddy or mummy says, or daddy or mummy are around me and this that, but the parents actually explain to them, and they actually believe, like, I'm not gonna smoke. I know there's no benefit, no matter what it looks like on the outside. I know there's no benefit in there because Allah, yeah, who's Al Hakim, the Most Wise, He says it. There's very few, yeah, there's very few kids that think that, you know what, I know smoking, I know drinking, I know girlfriends or boyfriends, I know like going out and clubbing, it looks nice and stuff, but Allah's right, and all that's gonna happen when I do go into it is that I'm gonna get mashed up, and Allah's doing it to protect me. There's very few that think that way. The vast majority, they do believe Islam's the haqq, even if their parents haven't really explained to them in detail and stuff like that. But they're still curious to know what it's like. Yeah, they're still curious at that teenage year. So what happens is that the person starts like listening to music. The person starts like chatting to the opposite gender, yeah, in an impermissible way. The person starts maybe trying a little bit of smoking, a little bit of this, and what happens from teen years upwards, or acting a certain way in front of mummy and daddy, acting a certain way in front of brother and sister. But when they're alone with their friends, or when they're in a room on their own, on their phone and this, that, and the other, they start experimenting. And what happens is that by the time they do find out, yeah, that Allah is Al Hakim, the Most Wise, brother got stabbed from hanging around with the wrong person. Sister got pregnant, from hanging out with a guy that loved her. She was in love and he was in lust. Yeah, she fell in love and he fell in lust. By the time they do find out Allah is Al Hakim, he's hooked on weed, or he's caught up in some beefs that is hard to get out of. And this is the thing, yeah. Because there's no reference point, and Shaitan is telling you that you're missing out. Because our parents haven't educated us and haven't broke down these arguments that this life that looks so beautiful, it's not that nice, yeah. Because they haven't broke down and made it clear to you, yeah. What happens is that Allah's telling the truth, but Shaitan is still making you feel like you're missing out on something. So what happens? You start to experiment and so forth. I remember there was a sister on YouTube. There's two sisters on YouTube who are vloggers. One of them started wearing hijab, one never wear hijab. I think they started off doing like a mixture of just, I don't know, maybe pranks and like little bit of vlogging and this, that, and the other and so forth, and just talking about their daily life or whatever. But like I said, as a YouTube vlogger, you have to sell out. There's no way you're going to sell out. You can't just talk normally. You can't just say, okay, today I woke up, I had breakfast, I went to college, I went to school, I did my homework, I went to work, I came back. No one cares. No one gives a monkey. Everyone does that. So what you have to do, you have to hype it up. For example, look at Chunk and Fiddy and so forth. These guys, they started off doing pranks and this, that, and so forth. Now, music videos with girls half naked in them, videos about dating and zina and all this stuff. There's a clip going around with, Chunky talking to a girl. She walks away, he looks at her bum and calls it something and this, that, and the other. It's gone viral. Because you can't just say, I woke up, I had my breakfast, I went to work, I went to school, I came home. Who cares? So you got to have boyfriend tag, girlfriend tag, and saying, where is it? I don't know, man. Lost your virginity. What is it? Went to the beach. What it was like rave. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about, That's not the main subject I want to talk about. But you have to sell it as a Muslim vlogger. If you want to get views, you're going to end up selling out. And selling out, and if you want views, you're going to have to do haram stuff. And all these people, whether it be Chance Fiddy, these two sisters or whatever and so forth, starts off pranks, vlogging, fashion hauls, whatever, ends up whatever. But the point is this, yeah, out of these two sisters and so forth, they started off doing vlogs and stuff. One is now like pregnant. No, she took the hijab off. She's pregnant now. The other one has gone spring break in Miami. They're walking around like everything out. The point I'm trying to say is that one, for us parents, we have to stop this culture thing, you know? This culture thing, the parents have to, you know, they have to know what Tawheed is. They gotta know what Aqidah is. And the sad thing is that, like I say, may Allah reward the Muslim dads. I'm gonna do a whole video on this. Muslim dads, in general, I would say they're better than non-Muslim dads, and I know because I've been on both sides of the fence. I know many people who have as well. They're generally around physically. Physically, they're around, you know. Because in the religion and in the culture, it's really looked down upon to not, you know, to have kids and not be a part of their life and so. But the thing is this: they're physically there, you know, they're hard workers and stuff, but there's not really any. They're not mentally there with the kids, meaning that there's a rule from back home that some person with no knowledge made up that, you know, if you show love to your kids, if you show affection to your kids, if you tell your kids, I love you, I care about you, and you're special, that you're weak, you're not a man. You know, no, this is nowhere in the Quran and Sunnah, but it's in the culture. So you'll have a Muslim man, he's a hard worker. But wallahi, most Muslim men I know, especially immigrants and so forth, wallahi, they do the most amount of shifts, they work the longest hours and so forth and that, you know, and they pay the bills, they do all that. But at the same time, I don't know, they feel as long as someone told them, which is completely wrong and haram, that as long as I pay all the bills, yeah, as long as I pay the light bills, as long as I, you know, pay for their driving test, their uni, their this, their that, as long as everything's paid for, I'm a good father. You know, I'm an excellent father. Well, that's a good father. Paying bills equals I'm a good father. Yeah. But the problem is they're not emotionally there, so they won't tell their son, I love you, their daughter. I don't know what it's like with the daughters in general, but I know with the sons, I've met brothers, their fathers never once said, I love you, I care about you, you're special. That's why I deal with a lot of Muslim boys, yeah, that are from financially stable families, but they're shooting drugs and they're robbing people, like they're selling drugs and they're in gangs and all this kind of stuff. And they're financially from a comfortable place. They come from like a house and, you know, two-parent family and stuff. But anyway, I don't want to get off the topic because I keep on, that's a whole different topic. The point I'm trying to say is that the problem is starting, it's a two people's responsibility. So the parents to teach their kids Tawheed and stuff, Aqidah, you know, give them the Sarah of the prophets and the lives of the prophets and this, that, and never in an exciting and, you know, catching way and so forth, you know, to expel them myths and that doubt that there's something out there you're missing out on. And it's from the kids, you know, to when shaitan comes to them and so forth, for when shaitan comes to them and stuff, to believe and know that the grass isn't green on the other side, you know? Because you have to ask yourself this question, yeah? Because what happens is that shaitan tells them that dunya is beautiful, the smoking, the drinking, the zina, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, all this stuff. Shaitan says it's beautiful, the clubbing is beautiful. But when, you know, Hassan or Hussein or Amir or whatever goes out in the dunya and he gets mashed up, whether it's on drugs, whether it's getting a girl pregnant or forcing her to have an abortion or getting high or getting addicted to weed, then shaitan leaves you and you're mashed up. Yeah? But it's too late. Then of course, then you realize, that Allah's al-Hakim. But this is what I want you to remember. If you ever have any doubt, about, if you're a teen and you're watching this, and you'll think you're getting that oh, I wanna, this boy keeps on phoning me or inboxing me or DMing me, or I might go cinema with this boy, or this guy wants to like whatever, or these guys are trying to get me to break a window or punch up this boy or to rob this person or to try this weed or whatever. I just want you to think this, if the grass is so green on the other side, why do you have people who are born in this country? Yeah, they were born into this country in a religion, not in the secular West. Yeah, they got nightclubs here. They got, you can get weed easily, drugs easily. You can get alcohol is illegal. You know what I'm saying? Boyfriend and girlfriend is not a crime. You're not gonna get arrested for it. You're not gonna get in trouble. Ask yourself, why are young people from all backgrounds that were born in this country, yeah, knowing that Islam says music is haram, they know before they become Muslim, they know music is haram, they know boyfriend and girlfriends is haram, they know they know clubbing is haram, they know smoking and drinking is haram, they know you're supposed to pray 5 times a day, they know, the women know that they got to wear hijab, the men know that they're supposed to, they can't go clubbing and sleep around for these guys. Why are young people deciding with all these rules, 100 million rules, yeah, deciding, yeah, I want to become a Muslim? You think about it, you're in a country, where music is saying YOLO, where people are believing anyone can be anyone. A man can become a woman can become a man. You can sleep around with as much people as possible. No one's going to look down on you. Yeah, men generally are having kids everywhere. Men are having kids everywhere, yeah, and raving every weekend and not taking care of them, and society praises them for it. Yeah, nothing, you can do whatever you want in England and Europe and in all these countries. Why are people in their in their teens and in their early 20s saying, I want to become a Muslim? To that brother to that sister that's thinking about taking off hijab, that brother that's thinking about, about committing zina, and, to that brother that's thinking about starting to take a spliff, that sister that's thinking about, wearing makeup or pulling her skirt up higher to get attention from websites. I'm asking you, and it's not one or two, why are tens of thousands of people born in this country, yeah, with parents that generally let them do anything, smoke and drink once they reach 16, 17, 18, whatever the law is, or so forth. But they do it before that anyway, and their parents know, and they don't, they're not going to turn them over to the police or something. Why are they choosing to become Muslim with all these rules saying, no, I still want to become Muslim? I know no music, I know I can't smoke, I know I can't drink, I know I can't do all this stuff. Why? You know why? Because, and this is why I said, and a lot of people don't understand, and some people get angry at it, why I said that I prefer, I'm glad that I wasn't born into a Muslim family, and that someone gave me dawah after, and I reverted. The reason why is that, see, to you lot, yeah, who are born into Muslim families, yeah, clubbing, smoking spliff, smoking weed, doing alcohol, boyfriend and girlfriend things, because it's been withheld from you, yeah, it seems like it's so exciting because you've never done it. So you have no reference point to, there's no reference point to know if it's good, bad, exciting, not exciting, makes you feel really good or makes you feel really bad. All you have is that you ain't done it, yeah, and everyone else is doing it, yeah. Whereas when you are a kafir and you grew up, yeah, smoking, drinking, night clubbing, this, that, and so forth, yeah, and you've done it, yeah, and it's there every week. You can do it whenever you want. It's not all it's hyped up to be. If the nightclub is there every week and it's halal or permissible for you to go there, and it's halal for you to smoke and drink and so forth, yeah. Maybe when you're a kid, you're very, very young, you're very, very young, and you find out about it for the first time, yeah, you're excited about it. But when you do it every week, go club every week, or smoke every day, or drink every day, and this, that, and the other, you realize whatever marketing they did to you about this cigarette, about this raving, about this clubbing, or whatever it is, when you experience it yourself, you just realize It's not all that. Like, for example, there's certain girls, yeah, like Muslim girls, yeah, and obviously they say they're raised in a conservative family, yeah. Their parents made them wear hijab at a certain age. They don't let them chat to boys, this and that. So she's growing up, she's going to school. You know, she's seen these girls her age go at school, wearing the skirts up to hair. Guys are talking to them, they're putting up makeup, they're getting attention. You know, I'm saying guys are putting their arms around them. You know, they're talking on a bus. You know, they're talking on a bus about this guy. Was it inbox me on Instagram, this, that, and the other, so forth. So you'll find a Muslim girl like big sisters on TikTok and Instagram and stuff trying to beautify their hijab and make it look sexy, wear the tighter bit and stuff, all to get attention. I'm not going to talk. Makeup is for men. I don't care what sisters say. I'm going to do a whole different video about that, because you don't buy and wear makeup to look worse or to look the same. You wear it to look better, prettier, attractiver, sexier to everyone. And if you say you don't wear it to look attractive to look to everyone, then I don't know, maybe you're lesbian or whatever, so forth. But you don't wear makeup to look the same, yeah? And you don't wear makeup to look worse. You wear it to look better. Whether you want to use better, attractive, pretty, sexy, whatever. Choose the term you want, but you wear it to look more attractive in society. And if you're saying you only want women to find you attractive and you don't want guys to find you attractive, that's a lie, yeah? Anyway, but the point I'm trying to say is that you'll see sisters do all this stuff, and look, I'm just saying sisters for example, there's lots of stuff brothers do that messed up, like I mentioned it after, yeah? They build up their hijab, you know, and do all this stuff for attention, yeah? And then what happens is that they will, you know, some guys will inbox them or they get into a relationship, and then they get their heart broken by the guy number 1, guy number 2, and guy number 3, and so forth. When the reality is this: what most women or girls are looking for, Muslim or non-Muslim, yeah, is one partner that treats you well. That's the reality of it. And this is how sick shaitan is. If you look at your mother, like the basic Muslim mother, hijab wearing mother, this, that, and the other, so forth, yeah? Your mother, who comes from abroad, she was never a girlfriend. She was never wearing, you know, with apple bottom jeans, stretched jeans, you know, Spider Woman, a bear, this, that, and the other, and so forth. She followed the Quran and Sunnah, yeah, regular mother. She followed the Quran and the Sunnah, and she had lifetime marriage. Okay, you're gonna have a few exceptions, but generally, the mothers that came from back home and this, that, and the other, and so forth, yeah, they were virgins. They were never a girlfriend. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Very different guys have slept with them. They was never a girlfriend. They never had all this like social media and all this kind of stuff. They followed the Quran and Sunnah to the best of their ability. They got married and they stay married for life. 40-year marriage, 50-year, 60 marriage. They're going to be with their husband till they're old, die. That's it. Alhamdulillah. That's what every woman wants, yeah? Generally, yeah, on the earth. They want to be with someone for life and get old with them. That's the reality, yeah? Apart from these atheist girls or secular girls who say, I just want to sleep around with everyone. But at some stage, that's going to stop. You're not going to be, yeah, at 70 or 50 or this, that, and the other, wanting to sleep with bare different men after a night of clubbing. You ain't going to be going clubbing, you know, your mini skirt and your walking stick and your fake teeth and your bent over spine, just saying, I just want to have fun. No. The reality is, when people matured, when girls mature, they want one partner and be with them life. But the thing was that was already there in her household. That girl passed a woman, yeah, who had a lifetime relationship, a lifetime marriage, 50-year marriage, 60-year marriage, this, that, and the other. It was right in the home. It was right in the home. But shaitan deceived her that she's missing out from someone. So whether it's social media and someone DMs her, or whether it's, you know, she's wearing some sexy hijab and some guy comes up to her and asks her for a number and this, that, and so forth, and then she gave away what's priceless, and then he just turned his phone off and her heart is broken, and it's that, maybe she's pregnant now and he's not answering the phone. The thing is that what we have, same thing with the guys. You know, the guys think, I know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go raving, like start hanging around with these non-Muslims or Muslims that think, like, always listen to music. And then what happens, they end up trying to be a Tupac or a Biggie or a Puff, and you know what I'm saying, you know, they're sleeping around, they get a girl pregnant, and then what happens? One, a lot of them not working, so they ain't got a place. Yeah. Two, yeah, they're afraid if they're this bad man or this player's afraid that if their parents find out, they're gonna get in so much trouble. Yeah, can't provide for the child, ain't got a house to put the child in. Yeah, you know, living a life of music, and then what happens is that he ends up getting a girl pregnant, and then what does he do? Because he's acting like a man. He's going to the clubs with the shirt open and a chain and showing off all his, like, how built he is and all this. He's sleeping with this girl, that girl there, Muslim man, who's got a phone full of numbers. The only thing Muslim about him, you know, is his name. You know, Ahmed, he cuts it down to A, you know, and he's just living like a camper boy, chatting to this girl, chatting to that girl, you know, like linking them here, linking that there, smoking. You know what I'm saying? He's in music videos where everything's around, smoking weed in the car, you know what I'm saying? Alcohol in the car, this, that, and the other, and so forth. You know, zina, drugs, music. Then he gets a girl pregnant. So what does he do? All the henchness, all the bad man, all the big chest, all the just kind of stuff. She's pregnant, scared. Please, tries to talk to her nicely. Abort it, kill her last creation, murder it, kill her last creation. Because I'm not a man, I'm really a boy. Kill it. I can't deal with it now. I'm a bad man. You know, I've got names from stabbing this man and that man. I'm smoking weed in music videos and drinking alcohol. I'm tough. But listen, this child, you know what I'm saying? I didn't expect this child, even though Allah already told me, I want you to kill her last child. I want you to kill her last creation. Yeah. And just keep quiet, because I'm not responsible. I don't have my own place. You know what I'm saying? The child is, I created a child from zina. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a job that I can provide for it, and so forth. So the point I'm just trying to say is that, yes, the main part is us as parents. As parents, our job is the first part, is that we have to exhaust the arguments that Shaitan is giving him, that life is so nice out there. You know? We have to exhaust it with, not just with fear, and not just with the iron rule. Yeah, the rule of the fist. Not literal fist, I mean, you know, just don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. You have to explain to them, and so forth. We have to do that. We have to exhaust the arguments that Shaitan has given them, inshallah. Obviously, make dua. Yeah. And, you know, it's upon the Muslim youth that are in their teens to really believe, yeah, that Allah doesn't want harm for us. Allah doesn't want harm for us. He doesn't want harm for us. If He tells us something is haram, yeah, the next is because it generally is going to harm us, whether we know it or not. I know when you're young, if like advice just goes in one ear and out the other. I know, because all of us, yeah, when we're young, we think, I know what I'm doing. Okay, this is haram and halal. And it is haram and halal, but I just want to experience that, and I know what I'm going to do. Every guy that's in prison, yeah, who, when he started doing crime, he said, I know what I'm doing. People, yeah, started giving him advice. It went in one ear, out the other. I know what I'm doing. Every sister, yeah, you started putting makeup on, trying to make the hijab sexy, this, that, and the other. I know what I'm doing. Stop wasting my time. In one ear, that. Everyone, like, obviously thinks, I know what I'm doing, you know? But the whole thing is that at the end of the day, either this deen is true or it isn't true. And the thing is that if we continue this thing, like, wallahi, you see this thing now, this TikTok culture, this Instagram culture, wallahi, I don't know if there's gonna be, if the brothers and sisters on TikTok, that brother, you know, who's there, like, playing some, I don't know, some R&B music and this, that, whatever, with his shirt open and just that. And that sister who's like purposely turning around so you can see her backside and stuff, and wearing the tightest and stuff and dancing, memorizing all this tune. The brother's memorizing all this tune. The sister's memorizing all the tune. This brother has nothing except his looks, yeah, and standing by a Land Rover. She has nothing apart from that, I don't know, hijab and Spider-Man suit, yeah, a bear, and what is it, a face full of makeup, yeah, and a Muslim name, and like everyone's just DMing each other and everyone's just into music and everyone's wallahi, wallahi, wallahi. The only thing that's gonna happen for these marriages, like 3-month marriage, 6-month marriage, divorce, 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 divorce. Because it's based on nothing. It's not based on team. If you have hijab and a face full of makeup and you're a brother and your top's always open and you're singing all the latest songs and you're just looking into the camera like this, all this stuff. Your parents got the lifetime marriage, the 50-year, the 60-year, the 70-year marriage and all this kind of stuff because they followed the Quran and Sunnah and they got the benefits of the Quran and Sunnah. You can't be a hijabi singing about oral sex, yeah, or sexual positions in hijab, yeah, on social media, and you can't be a brother singing about sexual positions, you know, and memorizing all these dances and all these lyrics and so forth. And you got a little like goatee bed or you got a full bed and stuff like that. But you know all these tunes, you know all the dances and stuff. Yeah, you might have like some big marriage and stuff like that and stuff, but it's not gonna last. You know, it's not gonna last. Wallahi, it's frightening when you look at the brothers and sisters on TikTok and Instagram. How will you get the results of the Quran and Sunnah? Yeah, if you don't follow the Quran and Sunnah, you won't. You won't. So that's what I'm saying. Your father didn't need to be some soul R&B person, yeah, or some drill soul music person, yeah, and sleep with lots of different girls, all these different girls and stuff, and get a PhD, yeah, on what it's like because there's this myth out there that if you're sleeping with all these girls and you're having all this experience and this, that, and the other. Well, I don't even think guys think like that. I don't even think guys are thinking like that. Guys are just, a lot of guys just want to smash bare girls. But the thing is this, yeah, the point I'm trying to say is that your father was never a boyfriend. He wasn't a boyfriend. He never had no Snapchat. He never had no Instagram. He never had no, TikTok. He has a lifetime marriage. He can marry your mother. They're gonna get old. He never had no experience before he was married. They're gonna get old, live together and die and go together and be together in Jannah, inshallah. He never had no experience. But you, with all this technology, your TikTok, your Snapchat, your Instagram, your sleeping around, your zina and all this kind of stuff, your marriage is like 3 months divorce, 6 months divorce. None of them not even over the last year. Get this girl pregnant, you know what I'm saying? And so forth. Why? Because the reality of the situation is that you're not going to get better than the Quran and Sunnah. It may look good, it may look beautiful, it may look whatever, but like I said, even if your parents didn't teach you, even if they didn't sit down and teach you Tawheed and Aqeedah and all this other stuff, you know, you still have the example, you still have to answer this question. If the grass is greener on the other side and that dunya is so beautiful and so nice, then why are all these non-Muslims, yeah, intentionally choosing Islam with all the rules, yeah, and they still want to take shahada, they still want to practice. Not tens, not hundreds, not thousands, tens of thousands. Why are young people becoming Muslim? And for the rules. Do you know why? Because they've tried smoking, they've tried drinking, they've tried raving, they've tried clubbing, they've tried relationships that are based on. Because wallahi, I'm telling you, you see when you go clubbing, yeah, I'm gonna do a whole video on what is a nightclub, because people don't own nightclubs to listen to music. Like even brothers, yeah, they will be honest. I don't go clubbing to listen to music. If people go clubbing, yeah, because people don't want to be honest. Why do people go clubbing? It's not listen to music. When I listen to music, haram music, yeah, get headphones, you can listen to music. They say, it's not. I want to listen to it loud. Okay, whatever. There's a million. So people are saying they go nightclubs and stuff to listen to music. No. You guys say you can listen to music free, haram music free, at home or wherever, friend's house, whatever. or common or whatever it is. The point, so you're gonna pay because you want to listen to music loud. You're gonna go to a nightclub and pay for it. For someone to play the music. No, no, it's not to listen to music. And people don't want to be honest. Yeah, I know at least men in general, they admit they go clubbing, yeah, to get women. No man is gonna go clubbing if it's just men there. Also, the reason why you could tell, and this is why no Muslim sister should ever go clubbing, whether you like it or not, people go clubbing to obviously to just find people to do dinner with. What's my proof? Okay. Have you noticed with nightclubs and stuff like that they do this thing where they say women free before 11 or 12 or 10. You know why you will never in your lifetime see a nightclub that says men free before 10, 11, 12 or whatever. They will either have both men and women free before 10, 11, 12 or whatever. But you know why they will never, where they have women, yeah, free before 9, 10 and 11, but they don't have men on their own. They will never, ever, ever have, yeah, men free before 9, 10, 11. You know why? When they say that women are going to be free before 9, 10, 11, whatever, this, that, and the other, the women go. And who goes where the women go? The men. Yeah? But you're never going to find them letting the men in for free and not the women. Why? Because in a society, it's the men that chase the women. Same thing, the reason why they have, cheerleaders, but they don't have male cheerleaders. They have, ring girls, but they don't have male ring girls. So when you as a sister decide to go to a nightclub, you're agreeing to be a piece of me. Yeah? Whether you admit or not, whether you claim you go there to listen to music or whatever, you are going there as a product, yeah, which the nightclub has to call men in, yeah, because the main purpose is for people to socialize and do zina and so forth. It's a meeting place for people to have relationships. That's what a nightclub is. Yeah, but the point I'm trying to say is that, look, all the brothers and sisters go to a nightclub, you may think you're big, you may think you're mature, you may think you're wise. The point is that any relationship that comes from a nightclub, yeah, it's just based on physical appearance. Like, if you can meet a total stranger in a nightclub and, give out the details to them and this, that, and so forth, and look, a nightclub is for cheap people, yeah, looking for other cheap people to do zina with. That's what it's for. And that's why no Muslim should ever be in there. And look, come on, man. What meaningful relationship is going to come for a nightclub? Wallahi, if you wasn't there, or she wasn't there, if he wasn't there or she wasn't there, they would have exchanged numbers with someone else and done things with them. Nightclub is just an illusion of physical features of half-naked women and guys who go looking like they got lots of money and stuff like that, looking up to do zina. That's what it's for. And if any Muslim meets their partner in a nightclub, the fact that they were in the nightclub shows they're not marriage material. Anyway, the point I'm just trying to say to any brother and sister who's watching this, who's in their early teens or early 20s or mid 20s or even late 20s, and they think about whether starting to smoke that spliff, starting to, be a boyfriend or girlfriend, or, starting to take off hijab, or starting to wear makeup, or link this person or that person. It's not worth it. Drugs, weed, all this kind of stuff, anyone that's been smoking, and they're in their 30s and they're mature, they will tell you never start smoking. Most people who are not young, who are around 30 and so forth and smoking, they will tell you if I knew what it would do to me, if I knew how I'd be addicted, I would have never started smoking. Most people who go clubbing and got the girl that got pregnant from clubbing and the guy's not in their life anymore, and the guy that got the girl pregnant and has run away, most of them, will say to you, listen, man, I've got kids out there that I ran away from, because I was living this clubbing and raving life, and I don't check for them. I'm not in their lives. I've got about 5 kids. I've never raised them. You know that 5 kids out there somewhere. That's even if they got a conscience. The point the point I'm just saying. Whether it's drugs, yeah, drugs you get addicted to them, and then what happens? You're only smoking them or taking them because you have to keep the addiction. You know the buzz or whatever it was and stuff is not even there anymore. Relationships, if you get it from nightclubs or boyfriends and girlfriends and so forth. Listen, there's there's marriage, you know. When you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, I tell you what, you know why the family's not brought in? Family's not brought in from the man's side because the man doesn't want to meet the brothers. When you're a girl, when someone is a boyfriend, they don't want to meet the brothers. When someone's a husband, he wants to meet the brothers because it's part of his life now. When someone is a boyfriend, he doesn't want to meet the brothers because the brothers know what he's up to. Have you noticed this? Even non-Muslims and stuff. Even non-Muslims, yeah, when they have boyfriend and girlfriend, the boyfriend never tries to meet the father and never tries to meet the brothers because the brothers know what he's up to. Like, he's got other girls. You're not taking my sister seriously, and so forth. But I'm playing whatever it is that's out in the dunya that making you thinking it's so great. It's either going to be substances or it's either going to be relationships. It's just not worth it. The halal alternative is better, you know. So anyway, let me read through your questions and see what you lot are saying, man. Like I said, if this your first time, subscribe and hit the third bell at the top. If you subscribe without touching the third bell at the top, you're not going to know when I do other videos. I don't know why YouTube's like this. It's a multi-million company, but just subscribing to someone, you don't know when they're releasing their videos. You have to, you have to subscribe. If you're subscribed to me already, yeah, then unsubscribe, subscribe again, and then touch the top bell. Because you might be subscribed to me, but you won't get notifications when I'm doing videos. You won't know when I get a video. Also, like the video, not because I want lots of likes on my video, is because unless you like the videos and people know about it, when you like the videos, it shows up in more columns or more feeds and this, that, and the other, and so forth. You know. Anyway, cool. Yeah. So let me just read through what you lot have been saying, inshallah. M. M says, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's unite upon the haqq. How you doing, my brother? Wa alaikum salam. Yeah, I'm fine, Aki. Can't complain. Muhammad Walid. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Yes, unite upon the haqq too. You will stream way too ever. But do you know what it is, bro? I'm not streaming. You see when I do these videos, yeah? First of all, I work. First of all, I'm not streaming at this time to catch the most amount of people. I'm not streaming at this time to catch it. I know if I wanted to stream to get the most amount of people and so forth, I would do it at like during the day and stuff. But I'm busy and stuff, doing stuff during the day. At night, these time at night after I come back at work and so forth. I get what you're saying, but I stream at this time because it's convenient for me. Like, I have life outside of this, and it's just like, sorry, give me a second. Yeah. Wow. Hold on. Where's the questions gone? Okay. Hold on a sec, guys. Live chat. Alright. Sorry guys about this week. Yeah, okay, sorry. Why is it all the live chat? Where's all the questions gone? Okay. Some of your questions have disappeared. Reset your question if I don't answer it, but let me think. Okay, Em, where are you from? Okay. Yeah, I know. Wafakan aha. Where is that? Somali or something? What's wafakan aha? Indian, Indian. Oh, no. Omar, is one. Allah knows best. MashaAllah. Someone speaking at low trunks, you know. To be honest, track has still some remnants of Islam in speech. So what? Guys, I want to be honest with you. Listen, man. I'm just because people say Alhamdulillah, just because people say Alhamdulillah, inshallah. Obviously, you're going to say that. If you're raised a Muslim, obviously you're going to have Islam in your vernacular. Obviously, like, but anyway, guys, I really don't have time, if someone is a YouTuber and the main things they do is dating programs and they got music videos and so what if they say alhamdulillah, like there's lots of Muslim youth that follow Muslim youth and Somali youth that follow that he influenced his crowd base. There's a lot of Muslims that support him, but generally it's young Muslim boys and young Somali boys, which is the same thing, yeah, and he's aware of that, yeah, and he's doing, but because man wants the bag, he's doing all these dating things, and talking about women in a certain way and dancing with them. And come on, bro. Yeah, but people can defend whoever they want. I just ain't got time for it. Who cares if he rejected alcohol? Wow, he rejected alcohol when a girl goes up. So what? He hugs girls, he dances with them. So what? He does dating programs. Like, so what? Oh, forget it, man. Do you know what? That's why I don't even debate with certain people. I just block them, man. I ain't got time for this. Well, I'm glad to see that Jazakallah Khairan, this was beneficial. I will finish up later. No problem, if anyone wants to ask a question, leave a question now, and when I've finished reading through the questions, I will get through to it. The father doesn't seem interested about their kids nowadays. Yeah, that's why I said they're physically present, but they're not mentally present. Okay, cool. Huck. So why are you awake at this hour? I'm awake at this hour because I finished working. Yeah. I worked too late, and this is the one time when I can do videos and so forth, and I haven't got any interruptions and stuff. And it's a good time for me. Yes, change because I get asked too many questions about what I do. I added profession. Oh, you're having the midwife reverence and stuff. Okay, you lot are having. Okay, reverence. Okay. Salam everyone. MI5 Dunya. Wa alaikum salam. MI5 Dunya. Illuminates them. May Allah forgive us, increase our taqwa, our character, and accept our good deeds. Ameen. Trust in the forgiveness of Allah, do not despair. People too shook to get married nowadays. What's there to get shook of? They're not shook of zina, but they're shook to get married. I don't know. It's getting hot every day, brother. They are chasing the jar. I love too many chasing TikTok youths, daydreaming seeds. The movement of the last days is designed to corrupt women. It's easier to point fingers south than it is to look at them out. People imitate Jahil people. Number 5, anything that's trending, people follow. Fashion, smack talk, sick music, whack. TikTok's is the sound of time. TikTok, I believe TikTok is the worst social media app there is. But I don't know anything more where people are proud of open sinning than any other app. TikTok is it's changing how it's people are proud to sing on TikTok just because it's a quote-unquote music app. The midwife reverse is that I used to go to clubs, I wear the niqab now, alhamdulillah for the mercy of Allah. Okay, cool. Most worship their old illuminates fair, most worship their old designs, I don't know. Uh, the Muslims should make hijrah away from the West. Yes, if it's possible, yes, I agree with you. Well, one of the worst things is imitate the kuffars, talk, dress, walk. Nothing to do. Front Peace said, I have nothing to do with Muslims says about the Mushrikeen, Abu Dawood. Let's unite upon the Hadith was a good topic. Like for the algorithm, Jazakallah khair for the one. STREETORDEEN might as well unblock account the business rats fees. Do you know what? If I block someone, it's generally for good reason. I don't know if they've said something or done something to annoy me. I ain't got time. In my five dunya, they idolize Jamaicans with big up garbage talk. My parents are Jamaican in my five dunya. They idolize anyone, you know. And you gotta understand, Jamaicans really you can't blame. First of all, not all Jamaicans are. Secondly, who's giving the Jamaican dowers? Who's been giving the Jamaican dowers and stuff like that? Most Muslims, no one's giving them dower. Who's really giving them dower? Very few people. But there's a Christian who slapped hand to you from Paul Kula saying it was a mula. Yeah, Muslim. Yeah. Hatu knows what she was doing. And even though in Islam and stuff that like you should be patient when people say things to you and you should have sabr and so forth. Like she was trying to get a reaction and she got one. Yeah. As brothers and sisters, yeah, you know, yes, a man hitting a woman is not nice, but a woman trying to get a reaction for no reason and hurt people's feelings and so forth. Like, for example, if you go to the park and you insult someone's mum, you should expect them to get physically back to you. If you go to the park and you insult someone's mother, or their gran or whatever, so forth, there's unwritten laws that you are taking a liberty that you shouldn't take. Yeah, you know. But yes, a man shouldn't hit a woman. Generally, yeah, and you know, you should have patience as a Muslim and so forth. But I wasn't a Muslim anyway, so. Whoever, yeah, let's not. I'm not going to spend time wasting on giving Hatun your sympathy. I have no sympathy for Hatun. A man shouldn't generally hit. A man shouldn't hit a woman. We understand that, but Hatun is using that. She knows that men that people should that Muslims love their prophet, and she knows that you know that by insulting the prophet, because what is this? Hatun can't give dawah to that Trinity shirt. No one is buying a. I've been in a park more than 10 years. Not one person has become Christian. So they know people are not becoming. They don't even give dawah no more. Yeah, they know no one's becoming Christian. Yeah, but so what they're trying to do, they're just trying to make people leave Islam. They know they can't get anyone to become Christian because it's just rubbish. You know. So what is that they're just trying to stop people becoming Muslim and try and make people to leave Islam. That's it. Hussein coming down, EJL coming, so nah, man. That's another thing. All that's gonna happen is that brothers are gonna be fighting with It's just gonna, anyway, yeah. He was a Syrian Christian. She wants reaction. Yeah, cool. Anyway, guys, that's it. But guys, if there's no other questions and so forth, yeah. Um, you know, I'm gonna go inshallah. Like I said, if you want me to keep on making these videos and more regular stuff, donate down both sides so I can like take time off and I can do these things and get the right equipment and stuff and do things properly. As you can see, the videos are improving and stuff like that. Also, the hoodies, different type of hoodies and stuff are on the shop down below. The links down below as well and so forth. I'm gonna try to do videos more regularly. And alhamdulillah, you know, this is the most convenient time for me when I can do it without any interruptions and stuff. So it might not be the best timing, but eventually it will come up on the feed if you're subscribe and you hit the notification bell, the bell at the top, and there'll be more videos, inshallah. So unless there's any more questions, brothers and sisters, I'm going to go. I apologize for the poor quality. One day I'm gonna have like a proper studio, so it looks proper, like professional and stuff like that. But that's gonna take time, man. One day I'm gonna have a proper desk and everything. I'm gonna have like a section where it's like all blacked out and stuff like that, and it's gonna look proper, and so forth. But at the end of the day, I'm do what I can with what I can, inshallah. Yeah, and I apologize if I'm tired. And like I said, I do these videos after work. Okay. If you've got any other videos you want me to do, inshallah, I'll leave them topics in the comments, not in the live comments, but you can leave it in the live comments, but after the video ends, because I'm going to check the comments and so forth. So, Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.